So welcome back to Intelligent Bishop. And many of us want to improve our chess. Even I want to improve my chess. But how to do it? So let's begin with our video based on improving your chess skills. So basically you will find many of notes and many of theories based on openings and endgames, but hardly anyone can tell you that how to play the middle game. So it is the very important part of any chess game. So let's see how to play a middle game based on wing gambit b4. So he will lose the control over this square and I will try to occupy the center. So he plays c4. Now d3, attacking his pawn. So I want to control the center. That's why I'm trying to attack his pawn and get my pieces into center. So now this was possible, but he didn't play it because I'll get c3. So now I'll defend my pawn. He has attacked it, but I already have a defense to this pawn. So this pawn is a very good pawn in the center, controlling many of the important squares. His knight cannot come to this square. So I will try to hold on this pawn always. So knight c3, another developing move. Now he's trying to attack this pawn. So let's defend it. So it is having 2 attacks and 2 defense. So you cannot take that pawn. So now let's play d4, even strengthening the defense at this point. Okay, f6, bishop e2, just a developing move. If he takes, I will take immediately with the pawn. Yeah, so I want to replace this square with pawn. So now his plan is to play knight to g6 and attack my pawn. So this game will always revolve around attacking this pawn because it's in center and it's pretty annoying. So now I will just castle. He'll play knight to g6 probably. Okay, he plays knight to f5. So he wants to play his pawn on this square instead of, so basically he's trying to cut off my defense instead of attacking this pawn. So let's see what can be done. Yeah, of course I can shoot this knight away anytime. Let's actually play this. His knight will probably retreat. Okay, knight to h6. That's a good move. Now h3, defending this pawn. Defending this pawn. So basically I have sidelined his knight. So many of my pieces are in center, but that's not the case in his army. So I'm trying to attack this pawn now. He can't take because then I will take this rook. So he takes my pawn in the center. I will take on b5. If he takes here, I can take with the bishop. So no worries. Yeah, now castles. So he has blundered. Now the middle game has actually started. We both have equally developed. But now let's look at, if I capture this, he will capture, then I will capture with the queen. And look at the attacks. I'm attacking here, I'm giving a check, and I'm attacking his knight as well. So that's known as family fork. So let's take this pawn. This is a sacrifice. I'm sacrificing my piece for his pawn. If he takes this, we can take it with bishop, so no problem. So this is how you have to play the middle game, anticipating the ideas of opponent and then trying to crush them and create your own ideas and succeed them. That's how you get an endgame which is in your side, favoring you. And now he's thinking, because if he takes with the pawn, I'll take with the queen, attack rook, there is a check, attacking knight. So it's a family fork and he will immediately lose. So first move comes to his mind is knight takes f3. But I have bishop into f3. Yeah, nothing to worry. Now if he takes with the pawn, I will take with bishop and then take the rook, as there is a check and attack on rook. Okay, so he does it and let's give a check. So king moves, yeah, pretty well. Bishop takes this. Now he will try to attack my king side, because as you can see, all the pieces are eyeing to my king side. See, all the pieces are eyeing to my king side, whereas I have only queen and bishop and this rook to defend the king side. So I will try to bring this bishop into the game. That's my next idea. He'll probably play c3, shutting down this bishop. So if he wants to eliminate my defense, I will bring back bishop to c1 and again bring it to play by placing it on e3. He's trying to find some tricks to attack me, but he's low on time. Oh my god, he's low. Okay, he sacrifices a piece. That's interesting. Yeah, that's quite interesting now. What if I take? Okay, he takes on a8. Now he has sidelined his rook. Now I can play for some tricks for sure. Let's take this pawn which was free. If we take, I will take it. Okay, rook d8 attacking my queen. Queen to f3. Always bring your queen to the defense when it's an attack on the king side. There was a possibility of attack. So he takes. Oh, he misses this. So this isn't pin. So I can actually take this knight because it is free. Then he'll probably play c3. Let's do this. He'll play c3, I guess. But that's okay. Oh, rook f8. Okay. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now queen s3. Now attacking this point. Now I'm trying to somewhat checkmate this guy because... Okay, now he plays c3, which is very late. Now I will give a check and then bring back my bishop to the defense. So now my next moves will be this check, king moves up and queen check. Okay, so he guards that threat. Let's give. So when I'm a complete rook up, as you can see I am having an extra rook. So when you have extra pieces, you should try to exchange more and more pieces. So I will exchange this. Okay, king into. Yeah, definitely it will reduce my attack, but chances of winning will grow, as if I am able to exchange all the pieces, I will be left with an extra piece on the board. So now queen f3 check. Oh yeah, he has to go there. No other choice. Queen 8 check. So I'm low on time. I will try to be okay. This check. So I'm trying to exchange the queens now. Yes, I am successfully. Yeah, he resigns, because when the queen gets exchanged, I will try to explain you what will happen. He's forced to move, because if he moves the king, I will take his queen for free. So he takes. I'll take king here. Then what I will do, I will just keep attacking this. I will just keep attacking this pawn, bring my bishop to e3, d4 and capture it. He has nothing to defend his pawn except his bishop. So for example, he moves his king. I'm bringing my bishop. I will place it on the light square. So bishop is attacked, bishop moves. Now I'll play bishop to d4, attacking this pawn and this pawn as well. And both will eventually vanish. I will promote these pawns to queens and then there will be a checkmate. So with so much less time, as you can see, just 0.2 seconds, it's very difficult to defend, and even if he had some time, it is not in his control. The position is already lost. So I hope we saw some very nice middle game and how to convert a middle game into a winning end game. That's what my purpose was. And yes, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. We will bring more interesting video in near future. So thank you for watching this video.